Hey everybody, Eric Chessen, founder of Autism Fitness here with yet another Tuesday training. And speaking of training, if you are ready to become an Autism Fitness Certified Pro and join the movement for movement and bring the most outstanding, beneficial, meaningful, and effective fitness programs and adapted PE programs to the neurodiverse individuals that you serve, the link to the Autism Fitness Level 1 certification is in the description below. Click on that and you can learn more. So in this edition of Tuesday Training, we're going to talk about rope swings, which are one of my favorite exercises, one of our favorite exercises, one of the most effective exercises for increasing heart rate during a session in a safe and healthy way when we have a compromised gait pattern. And the reason I talk about that, and I'm going to come back to it as well, is the question often comes up in autism fitness curricula, and people will ask when, and they actually will ask, not just the internet, people will ask, because I need a question here so I can go into this topic. I am asked about, what about cardiovascular activity? What about running? What about getting on a treadmill, et cetera, et cetera? A couple things about this. Thing number one is that oftentimes with the autism and neurodiverse population, we see gait pattern issues. We see a breakdown in walking mechanics. So to have an athlete run or move faster is just exacerbating the issue. It's not like they're going to run better just because we're having them run in a gym situation, right? Just elevating the heart rate is not a good enough reason to say, okay, we're going to add running or we're going to add fast movement into this program for this particular athlete, because then we have undue stress on the joints, on the hips, on the knees, even on the feet if we're getting a lot of stomping action when that athlete is running. So it's not necessarily a good choice as far as an exercise if we want to focus on increasing short duration heart rate, right? So there we say, well, if running isn't a good option, and most of the time it's not, what are we going to put in its place? Now, second thing about this is when our athletes are consistently performing exercises and going from one to the next, either in their warm-up or their power movement. So you think about in the warm-up, we have a hurdle step and then a cone touch and then a bear walk. If an athlete is doing that in succession, in that sequence without a lot of rest time in between, those three movements are going to elevate heart rate. We also have to ask, what is our goal in elevating heart rate? Now, elevating heart rate within a healthy range during a fitness session is good, right? There is a cardiovascular benefit to that. There's a difference between short duration heart rate elevation and what we call steady state or long-term cardiovascular elevation. And in that case, we don't necessarily need steady state cardio for all of our athletes. That's not the first rung on the ladder there. That is not our top priority, right? So we don't need them to run for 15 or 20 or 30 straight minutes. They are not really going to derive a lot of benefit from that, especially if mechanics are breaking down. When we go into power exercises, if we have an athlete do rope swings, which I'm going to show in a minute, rope swings and then sandbell slams and then push throws or overhead throws, again, we're going to see a healthy elevation in heart rate without all of these other issues that come into play if we're talking about steady state cardio, getting on a treadmill, getting on an elliptical, which by the way is not very fun for just about anybody, our athletes included. So what do we do instead? Well, the rope swing is one of our go-tos here. Now, I have one of my athletes who is fantastic with this exercise. And the goal of the rope swing, in addition to that elevated heart rate or short-term elevated heart rate, is also rooting at the feet, which we talk a lot about. Foot position is a major consideration when we're teaching or coaching any exercise. Where are the feet? How are the feet functioning? Then we have grip strength. We have all of the core stability in here, and we have rhythm and coordination with the rope swing as well. So this athlete here, he's pretty independent with the rope swing. He's a great example of the rope swing done right. So after we finish our little conversation here, and he swings the rope around and he decides whether he wants to do, he's deciding whether he wanted to do double swings or alternating swings. Now you see those feet. We'll stop right here. Those feet are rooted to the ground. He has this nice bent knee athletic position. Where I stopped the video right here, he's a little bit forward, but he's not allowing the rope to pull him forward. So he's grounded. And that's a pretty good start here. So we'll go through that one more time. Right? And this is about 20 swings that he's doing. So you see, we always start, and this is an ideal position, always start looking at the feet. Are the feet rooted? Are they spaced apart appropriately? Where are the knees? Where are the hips? Where's the torso? So we're going up the kinetic chain here. Toes or feet, knees, hips, and then torso angle. And you see his head forward position, really good right here. So he does his 30 swings. And then we got the sandbell slam here. All right, so here we were supersetting those two exercises between the slam and that rope swing, or the rope swing and then the slam. So if we're looking at another example of the rope swing, same athlete, this time he's progressing, pull this up here, he's progressing to a thicker rope, and you look at this position. So he's going a little quick here, having a good time though. So the reason I'm holding my hand out, this is a prompt that we use to get the athlete to swing the rope a little bit higher. And of course, as we know about our autism and neurodiverse athletes, it can change a little bit session to session. So whereas an athlete might have their feet completely rooted in a great position one session, the next session, that athlete might need a little bit more prompting, a little bit more cueing, a little bit more structure to keep the feet down. This is looking a little bit better now. So you'll note that this is an extremely easy exercise to modify, and the ways we can do it. Here you see me providing a visual prompt for the athlete. So he, when he's swinging it correctly, the ropes are going all the way up to my hands, keeping the feet down as well. We can also have the athlete just hold one rope with both hands, further modifying the exercise and enabling them to perform it correctly where the rope is actually swinging up. So for those of you who have been asked or are considering steady state cardio or putting them on a treadmill or using an elliptical or another type of cardio machine, the questions to ask are, is this an appropriate exercise? What is the hierarchy of importance? Why are we doing this? What are we looking to get out of it? Is the movement sustained throughout that set? So is form breaking down? And then is there a more functional alternative to that exercise? And that's the exact reason we use the rope swing. Not that the rope swing replaces running, but what it does is it replaces running as a short duration heart rate elevation exercise. Right? So we're getting a beneficial cardiovascular component without stressing the joints and engaging the athlete in a movement pattern that is not going to be beneficial for them. So rope swings are a great addition to power and dynamic movement when they are coached and when they are programmed correctly. So add them in when you have space and when you have the availability, of course, of ropes. Now, I'm Eric Chessen, founder of Autism Fitness. If this has been helpful for you, please like, follow, and share the Autism Fitness here on YouTube. And if you are ready to become an Autism Fitness Certified Pro, the link is in the description below. Thanks for watching.